generation. I remember way back. You ain't have no swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk. Now you got new swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Well, let me show you what the moon bag's like. You take them gains when it gets that high. I mean, the market may dip for a little bit. That's when I hurry up and buy. Me, I just wanna rub them thighs. I like my oatmeal chunky. Banana nuts all in it. Shit, you're talking about the blockchain monkeys. It's a solo nation.
CMOS has over 92 minerals that the body needs. Okay, now got my immune system in check. But now, when it comes to crypto, we're talking about cold storage. Get your crypto off the exchange and into a cold storage wallet to where only you have access. Okay, decent wallet link in the description. Now, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge guest on the show today. This is Mel from the QFS team. I mean, totally killing it. Every single time I get a chance to watch his videos, I just get stuck because not only does it bring us XRP information, XLM information, but the new healing techniques that I've never even heard about. Like when you get into a lot of things that are really helping the people, and that's what I'm all about, and that's what really drew me to your channel. And your chair it's so huge that even if King Kong sat in it, it would still be too big. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, brother, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, I want to help the industry grow, and I wanted to, organically do the cross pollination. I love seeing young bucks like you getting out there, and that's all it's all about. You do this. I used to suck at this, I had friends of mine call me, say, Mel, I got to tell you, he goes, you're really getting better, but you used to suck.
Yeah, I look at those tapes of myself and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, you cringe, right? It's crazy. Yeah, man. We're having the time of our life. There's like a sick side of me that I don't want the movie to end. And then there's a sick side saying, hey, man, we've been at this for almost 8 years. It's time to, let the credits roll on the movie already. We know we're going to be rich. They know we're going to be rich. Right. But they don't want you to be rich. That's the problem. That's the Mexican standoff, right?
Yeah, man.
So, it's not a big secret. We know they're changing the rules with Coinbase and all these people who are trying to get their hands on these assets because they know when they watch a guy like me, they're like, oh my God, he's right. Yeah. The only thing I got to do is just buy it. And then when they go to buy it, they can't do it. And they got all these obstacles in their way. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like, and the obstacles that exist today may increase tomorrow because somebody upstairs is saying, hey, make it harder for the little people. We don't want the little people. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I see it as clear as day. We brought Jasara and Nasara to the table because it is clear as day. I mean, look, if you allow me to share your screen, if you go to your green button down there, there's an arrow that points up. Yeah. And the middle one says allow to share.
One participant can share multiple. There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Let me share the screen with you. I mean, look, I put my money where my mouth is, right? I just did a podcast with these folks over here. My friend Kathy, who's originally from New York, who now lives in Florida. This is a debt forgiveness, okay? I sent them an email. This is what this is Channel 1. I sent them an email basically asking for debt forgiveness. And guess what? They said, okay. It's like, okay, yeah. But I still got trolls saying, Mel, this is not Nasar Jasar. Are you an effing expert? They're not. But people, because they like to hear themselves talk, they want to be important. You know what I mean? Go learn something about something, then you can make an argument, right? Check this out. Here's another one. An entire family. They got one debt forgiveness. Another one was on the way when I did this. With all of them are in on XRP, and they got a total of 5 credit card bills that are $25,000, $30,000 and above. All about, again, they're going to be coming back to the show for a round 2. He went through my broker, no problem. You know what I mean? And I can get you all the XRP you want. Boom. Here's 2. You want me to show you 3? I'll show you 3. Absolutely. Here's another one. Nasara Jasara. All right. Another debt forgiveness testimonial. This guy gets his electric bill wiped out. It's like $600-$700. Not a big deal. But then he shows a bank letter. I think it was like from Chase or one of these big banks saying, hey, we're about to forgive your mortgage. Oh, Mel, that's not real. Really?
The proof
You know
is
what I
in the
mean?
pudding.
I mean, I want somebody to invent like like some kind of button or something where I can electrocute these trolls from here. Just press a button, zzz, zzz, right? Okay. Here's another one. Right? Check this out. Boom. Student loan. Forget. Oh yeah, Mel. It's not real. It's all bullshit. Really? Come on. I got channel 1, channel 2, XRP QFS team 1. Okay, which is this one here. You'll see down there in the bottom. 1, same exact name. One's with a 1 and the one's with a 2. Okay. You go to both channels. I got 55,000 people following us just on YouTube, and that's with them holding me back. And you can't hold the pizza man back. Let me tell you.
You can't. Absolutely, right? Man. So, when did you first get started with blockchain? Like, when did you start getting into it?
Well, I was a Bitcoin guy. We got into mining. We accumulated 3.2 Bitcoins. I forget the exact number. But then we sold them because my wife got me smart. When you're married to an Asian woman, most of them are smart Asian people. That's why they got money. They open up a little convenience store next to you, and they'll say dollar, right? They don't know how to say nothing else. Next thing you know, they'll say $5. Next thing you know, they own the freaking block.
Yep,
right?
That's how it works,
right? It's unbelievable. So they're smart. A lot of them are very smart. And my wife said, "Listen, sit down, Jack. Okay, watch this." And she showed me, and they said, "Watch these videos." And I started watching the videos. I said, "Oh my God, she's right."
Your wife introduced you to this?
Oh yeah, my wife introduced me to the XRP. Absolutely,
he's a beast.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I realized that, and we go to the height of the market, 2017, we start dumping our Bitcoin, putting it into the 1, which may still take another year or 2. Hey, I got positive cash flow. You want me to wait? I got all the time in the world, dog. I'll just get richer. You know why? Because I got positive cash flow. I pay my bills. I got a little bit left over. And guess where that little bit goes? You guessed it. XLM. It's like we got a middle finger, but we don't use it enough, right? Say, hey, see that? Okay.
Absolutely, man.
Right? And that's how you mess with the system.
Yeah.
So when I realized, start watching Digital Asset Investor, Brad Kimes, all these guys, right? I'm like, oh my God, these guys. And then I watched my favorite, which is Alex Cobb. The kid's like, when I started watching these guys, Alex Cobb was barely 14 and a half years old.
He was so young doing it. Right? That's what captivated me about him.
And he's like, it's like this kid's just barely had, I don't even know if he can get hired for a paper route job. You know what I mean? And that's what he probably take his money from his paper route and put in XRP. And when you start listening to this kid who's barely 15 years old, listening to him talk about XRP, I'm like, holy shit, this is the smartest 15-year-old I've ever, and I got literally, dude, I got consumed. All right. I was watching 4 or 5 hours a day. That became my favorite show. Anything XRP was my favorite show. Right.
We did the same thing.
Next thing you know, I'm starting to watch 10 hours, 12 hours. I'm like, I became obsessed.
Obsessed with it.
Possessed.
Yeah.
And so when these guys start to connect the dots, but see, when I got into the game a little late. And I didn't do it because I want to compete with anybody. I don't want to compete with anybody because, if I'm going to get into the game, I'm not here to lose. I'm here to win. Right. And if you got any money, you better bet it on this horse because this horse is going to win. Okay. Absolutely. I proved the debt forgiveness. I got dozens, bro. I got dozens and dozens and dozens of people that don't want to come on my show, who have debt forgiveness, who showed me the documentation.
Epic.
Right?
That's enough proof for me. I don't know who needs any more proof than that.
I mean, they showed me the documentation. They don't want to come on my show. What do you want me to do? You want me to fly over there and go into a New Jersey state of mind and put a gun to their head? You know what I mean? Come on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. So the reality is, it's here. When I got into this and I realized, holy shit, it's not Klaus Schwab on the field, unopposed. It's not just, what's his name? George Soros.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I says, there's this thing called Nasara. Now I knew about Nasara, 9/11, all of that, but I wasn't deep into it, but I knew about it. I knew enough about it to understand that it was a real thing and they did something to Clinton. I know the general, my friend, Dr. Sandra Rose, one of the guys that went through her machines and all of a sudden lived an extra 5 years. He was the guy who actually held a gun to Clinton's head to sign Nasara Jassara during 9/11.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I mean, I go way up the rabbit hole. Also,
yeah.
I'm connected to
how long? Yeah, for the audience out there, how long have you been at this fight?
Well, I've been, May 18th will be 8 years that I've been into the digital asset space, if you will.
Yeah. Even before that, though.
I've been an entrepreneur all my life, bro. I've been pizza shops. I always tell the story. I own 9 pizza shops.
Yeah, that's how you remember you saying that.
Yeah, man. I've owned 9 pizza shops. I've made $10 million, but I spent 11. You know what I mean? But I had a hell of a time.
Right.
All right. So, I was, I was a player. I was a young kid, good looking, still damn good looking today, almost 60, right?
Right.
So I played the field. I spent money like it was water because I didn't understand the value of money. Nobody ever came and said, hey, let me show you how to, prepare for, nobody's going to come knock on your door. The Rockefellers aren't going to come knock on your door and showed you how they amassed all the wealth.
Right.
Right. They basically discovered oil, Standard Oil, and they made it look like it was scarce when it was like plentiful and still is today.
Oh my goodness. So speaking of that situation, in your opinion, will cryptos be backed by any gold in any way or any form, you think?
I'm the only guy that I march to a beat of a different drummer. I am the only guy that goes the opposite way. What do I mean by that? Is I believe these digital assets are so powerful from a blockchain standpoint that no one can ever finagle the bagel. I believe that gold is going to be sitting on the blockchain. In other words, XRP is going to back the gold. When they say, okay, they take total inventory of all the gold we have on planet Earth, right? That's why this goose is not cooked and out of the oven yet. Okay. And they realize, okay, we have this much gold. We need this much to back the XRP. We need this much silver to be, or not back, but be on the blockchain where XRP backs the gold, XLM backs the silver, etc.
Is that why they're buying gold at mass quantities right now?
Absolutely. And there's more gold in the Philippines that's been sitting there because the Philippines, what happened in World War II? The Japanese thought they were going to go win the war. They lost the war and they thought they were going to go back and, because they were hoarding all the gold underneath the ground, still there, right? And they were going to go back and take the gold. Problem is they lost the war. And the gold is still there today.
Wow.
And it dwarfs what they confiscated over at the Vatican. Dwarfs.
Yeah. Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, what do you see Swift playing a role in this?
Swift is going to be like Swiss cheese. It's done. It's been done for a long time.
I said it in my song. We're saying buy the Swift.
Yeah, no, if we took over just 10% of Swift today, the XRP would be valued at $2,500 all day long. Because just that little Swift game that they play, where you're moving remittances, right, of $7 trillion a day on a good day and of $5 trillion on a bad day. You think you're going to move $7 trillion a day or $5 trillion a day with a 40-cent token? Come on, let's get real. I was born at night, but not last night.
Well, would you say now? This is not financial advice whatsoever, but would you think now would be a good time to invest in cryptocurrencies?
Right now, until these boys figure out how they're going to slice up this pie, the struggle is very simple. And I'm gonna quiz you. And I challenge all. I don't give a shit how big you are, how many billions you got in the bank. You'll never step in the ring with the pizza guy because I will destroy you. I will absolutely destroy you. Okay. I always say that these asset classes work perfectly well peer-to-peer. I could buy your car from you, Eagle. I could send the XRP directly to your wallet.
Yes.
Okay. Do I need a central bank effing digital currency? A CBDC? I don't. I could send it directly to you.
Yeah.
To you. That's what they don't like.
Yeah. They can't get their fee.
Yeah. See, they thought they were going to see what happened is this. The story that we are speculating, because we're speculators at the end of the day. The story goes very simple. This is for your audience. My audience has got like a 9th degree black belt on this shit. Yeah. The story goes like this. The banksters didn't take Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple, XRP seriously. They said, this thing's a fad. It's going to go away. Right? When they realized that they're screwed in more ways than you can imagine, they went and they tried to create their own Ripple, their own XRP. When they went to try to hire the people that could pull it off, they realized that anybody who's anybody is already working for Ripple XRP. The talent pool, my friend, is completely dry.
Gone.
Right? So they had to go back into the good graces of Garlinghouse. And Garlinghouse is like a gangster. He's very non-threatening. He looks like the kind of guy that couldn't hurt a fly. Meanwhile, there's like this bull on the inside.
You already know it. You can see it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. We're going to create this thing called CBDCs for you. He's basically fluffing their balls. You know? I'm telling you.
I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one that could see that.
You got to be blind, deaf, and stupid not to see this. But yet, the XRP Army 1.0 loved them to death. Because I learned so much from them. I owe a great deal of gratitude to all of them. My hat is off to you, okay? But the reality is this. You know, they know the story I know better than me. You know why? Because they're a lot more intelligent. What do I know? I've been hanging around mozzarella cheese and flour and you know, making jokes behind the counter and selling slices of pizza. What the hell do I know about digital? I don't know nothing. They know about this story. Brad Kimes made 3 videos on this. They all know. But they're going to squeeze all the lemons that they have until there's nothing left to squeeze. And then they're going to have to come kiss the pinky ring. I'm going to get myself one of those pinky rings in the 17th letter of the alphabet.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to come kiss the ring.
See, that's one thing I can't do. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I see it. And like, there's something inside of me that won't allow me to do that to people. Or even withhold truth. Like you're telling the truth, but you're not telling all the truth.
Brother, I'm not here for the money. I do okay. I haven't, you know, even though we're living in very challenging times, inflationary times, even here in Costa Rica, you know, prices have inflated 300%. Not the, you know, 12% or 18% that they want you to believe on, you know, mainstream lying, the tell a lie vision. Okay. So even here, I mean, you know, I used to buy a kilo of meat for like, you know, 3,000 colones. Now it's 9,000 colones.
Damn.
That's a lot of money,
you
know, and I like to eat. So I'm saying, hey, I just got to work a little harder because I'm not going to stop eating good. I like my grass-fed beef. I really do. I'm not a vegetarian. Do I look like a vegetarian?
No.
I'm as carnivorous as they come, bro. You know?
I figured that. What are your thoughts on Gary Gensler, Mr. Burns?
Gary Gensler, I always said there's going to be people that look like they're black hats. They might turn out to be white. Imagine Gary Gensler being a white hat, just part of the movie.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is he playing his game? Because he's playing it really well.
Oh, these guys are award-winning actors. These guys make Al Pacino look like nothing.
I found out that it actually is Hollywood there.
Oh, you're in a movie, bro. This is a movie. No, there's no question about it. Did you see the presidential speech over there? What they call State of the Union?
No, yeah, I did.
Did you see Kamala Harris? She looked like she had gills. Who is that, bro? Is she from this planet? Who the hell is that?
Man. Ugh.
You know, look, we're not crazy. We're just like crazy like a fox. Because we really get close to the breadcrumbs and we analyze them with a freaking, you know, supercharged microscope.
When I first learned about blockchain, just like you, I couldn't sleep for 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I could not sleep. Every time I try to go to sleep, I'm back looking again like, what? It was like, and it never left. I never left it. Even when the markets were going up and down and people got washed out, I never left because I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And there's so much confusion out there that's put out there deliberately to scare mostly, I hate to say it, the little guy. And I could be wrong. You know, I might have to hire a plastic surgeon, change my name, change my passport, change my identity, change where I live. because I might be wrong about this, and I got 130,000 people that might all want to kill me at some point down the road. I know that, but I'm pretty sure I got my feet pretty close to the darn fire, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get a lot of it right.
Yeah.
Especially the XRP, especially the XLM, especially the ISOs.
ISOs, yeah. What's going on here with Rosie Rios? Has her name printed on the money? Now she's working at Ripple. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Rosie Rios, again, she's supposedly acts. I don't know if she's acting or if she's really a flaming liberal.
Yeah,
that's the $69,000 question.
Okay,
who are these people? Are they playing a part? Or are they playing a part to keep people confused? I don't know why they would go. I'm going out of my way to try and get as many people in the positive cash flow. Say, hey, there's some great business opportunities down here. Don't bitch and moan and complain. You got two arms, you got two legs, you got a mouth. Find the one that fits you best and get to work and get in the positive cash flow. Yeah. And if you got $10, $15, $20,000, $30,000 a month coming in, you don't worry about when it's going to happen. Right. A problem I have with the industry, and I think your audience will concur. Oh, it's going to happen tomorrow. The dinars are going to cash tomorrow at 2:00. Get real. Get real. That's not going to happen.
The worst thing you do is continually think about it. You know what I mean? I learned that early on. I took my wipes early on, and then once I got settled in, I stopped worrying. I don't look at the price.
Well, exactly. Don't look at the price. Stay in positive cash flow. Put your feet in the dirt. Get grounded. Let the sun at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning hit you. Okay. Don't wear sunglasses for at least an hour when you're out in the sun. Try to gaze at the sun.
There you go.
Everything they tell you that is bad for you is good for you. Everything they tell you is good for you is bad for you.
Yes. This is what
simple.
I'm talking about, Mel.
It's a simple process. They say tea is good for you. No, tea's bad for you. They say coffee's bad for you. No, coffee's good for you.
Right. Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's the matrix we live in.
Yeah. In the last 100 years, would you say blockchain is like probably one of the best technological advancements?
It is, but don't get used to it for too long, because we're going to have technology that is going to be able to give you whatever you want. I mean, everything and anything. And it can build it. You can go to bed and you'll have technology that'll build you a brand new mansion. You'll wake up in the next morning and you have a brand new mansion and there's no money needed.
Especially with the 3D models, huh?
Right? I'm just telling you that there's technology that can pull ether out of the air of the earth and build you whatever it is you want to build. And if you want to make that mansion smaller or bigger, you could do that. You go to sleep, you wake up, you can have anything you want. So in about 30, 40, 50 years at the very outside, money is going to go away because you're just not going to need it. And you're not going to miss it either.
Absolutely.
We've been confined to this planet. We're not allowed to see what's out in the stars. Meanwhile, we belong out in the stars.
Yes, because we're a part of the universe.
Right?
Part of the universe.
I want to go eat some intergalactic sushi. I don't know about you. I want to go meet some people that, live differently than us.
Yeah.
I want to see what their cultures are like. You're going to have your yacht. You're going to have your airplanes. They're going to try and keep you contained on this little blue dot planet, which is a lot bigger than what they've been telling us. They've been lying to you about everything. We don't know whether it's flat, whether it's shaped like an egg. We don't know if it's rectangular, triangular. We don't know nothing because we're a bunch of dumb sheep that go to the school of Matrix.
Yeah. Real talk, man.
Yeah.
Real talk.
I'm going to give it to you straight. And
Real talk,
people,
I love it.
If people
I love it.
Love me or they're going to hate me. Say, oh, this guy's way out there. Technology is going to build you a
That's
house.
all right, man.
What are you, crazy?
And that's what's the interesting part about it, because you have to expand your mind, because you got to think about it. This is a brand new asset class. So I get it. It's hard. It's brand new.
Yeah.
But you still got to learn it if this is what's happening here, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Listen, nobody knows everything about everything, but that's why. See, when my wife started to get into this, and I tell the story, but I'm going to tell your audience because for your audience, it's a brand new story and it's very interesting. I had purchased 120 pounds worth of silver. I had literally a carry-on bag that was packed to the gills with coins, 120 pounds worth. it was so heavy that when I put it over the overhead compartment in the airplane, I thought the overhead compartment was going to fall down on people's heads. I'm serious.
Wow.
Okay. So, and this guy that taught me how to bring it in here in Costa Rica, and he said, listen, when you get to the airport, they're going to ask you what this is. Just tell them it's your coin collection. Don't volunteer any other words. That's what I did. Sure enough, go right through it. And I had more than $10,000 worth. And you know what they do if you have more than 10,000, right? You gotta go see the tax man, right? The mafia. So I bought it here, and it was like a slow train to China, you know, a slow boat to China. And then we got into the digital assets. I said, why don't we just sell this stuff that we made? You know, we bought it at $15.46, and it was worth $15.49. You know what I mean? So I said, let's give it. So I called the same guy that told me how to bring it in, and he paid me spot price, whatever the price was on the internet. He took it all off my hands. I come back with a wad of cash like this, and the bank said, where did you get the money? I said, what business is it of yours? They said, listen, so we got into a pickle, and I gave him a few four-letter words, like words that I was really getting pissed off at them. Yeah. And I said, listen, if a Pablo Escobar type of guy pulled up to the back of your bank with a tractor trailer full of cash, you would not dare ask him. You know why? I said, because they would kill you, and they would kill your next door neighbor, and they would throw in the dogs as a bonus.
Absolutely.
Okay. So long story short, they said, go down to Banco Nacional. I go to Banco Nacional, and Banco Nacional say, listen, we won't ask any questions. You can only deposit $2,000 a month. So we did that for months and months and months until we deposited all the money. And then we went and said, okay, we're ready. They said, ready for what? I said, we want to buy XRP. Oh, no, you can't do that. Shit, you're not. Right? So now we take the money, wire it back to the United States, Bank of America. From Bank of America, we take that money and we wire it to Lithuania, never knowing if we would ever see our money or if we would ever see any XRP at all. Scared to death, out of our mind. For weeks went by, weeks and weeks.
Oh,
you know, imagine. It's like seriously, your
the wire.
Yeah. Oh my God. So anyway, long story short, we finally got our XRP, and then we were off to the races. And we purchased 19 more times, 20 more times with that. As a matter of fact, I purchase every single month. When I got a little extra money, whether it's $100 or $1,000, I throw it in.
Yeah.
Every month.
Amazing. So, last question here before we run out of time.
Sure.
Will you open up a QFS pizza shop when this is all said and done?
Never. I'm done with pizza. I'll go eat a good pizza, and I'll endorse a good pizza, but I will never. I love pizza. I got so good at it. That I would have literally lines around my buildings. Yeah, people would have to wait 45 minutes to an hour to get a couple of exotic slices of pizza, and I got so tired of it because I got, you know, when I get too good at something, I get bored.
Yeah,
weird. I don't know why I'm weird. I'm weird. You know.
Awesome, man. Well, it's been an amazing pleasure, and I would love to have you on again sometime, man. Where can people get a hold of you, and where can people find that QFS website where they get all the information regarding XRP? Yeah, QFS1776.com is not maybe, but it is the holy grail of what's to come. If you know nothing and you're scared out of your mind, I understand. Believe me, I was there too. Okay, just go to the website, watch the videos top to bottom. All right, hit all the buttons, watch all the videos, consume the information. It's not that difficult. We went out of our way to find the most elementary videos possible and put them in a chronological order that even a fifth grader, a sixth grader, a seventh grader can understand what this is. Okay, so don't get scared. You'll understand the basics. Yeah, it gets very complicated once you come into our Telegram groups, which are also down below. But the reality is, at least you'll have a good base and you won't get lost. It's like, you know, if you move to China for 6 months, you're going to learn enough Chinese to get by. Right.
Right? At least enough to buy a couple of egg rolls. Right?
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you so much. Thanks again for having us, having you on the show, and I hope to do this again, man. You have a good one.
Anytime you want. Anybody who wants to interview me, just send me an email at qfs1776@gmail.com. If you got a show, you want me on the show, I'm not afraid of the camera anymore. Just like I was afraid of making pizzas, and then I got so good that I wasn't afraid of making pizzas. This is no different.
Awesome, man. You have a good one, man. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. SRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain, blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain.